Hey, and welcome to the Difference Maker Revolution podcast. And yes, you used to know us as the Fully Booked Photographer podcast, but now the 4 or 5 with Steve of Steve Saprito Education coming together with the Fully Booked Photographer to bring you this Difference Maker Revolution. So Jonathan, tell us, why is this Difference Maker Revolution important?
Oh, it's so important. You know, when I look at what other people are saying about what's important when it comes to running a photography business, you know, I don't think it's intentional. It's definitely, you know, unintentional guiding, but I feel like the focus is all wrong. And I feel like those that truly embrace what it means to run a photography business and be a photographer are going to have the ability and the skills to basically build a photography business of their dreams that also matters to their clients. And I feel like what we're doing here with the Difference Maker Revolution is setting a new standard for the industry. And we're going to repeat that over and over again. Right?
Right.
Why is it a new standard, Steve?
I think this is one of the only teachings that is client-focused. As an industry, we've been taught to focus on the photography, focus on the lighting and the posing, and what we've forgotten is the client. And the Difference Maker Revolution is all about helping clients and elevating clients and becoming a client-focused business. And so when we do that, our business has organic growth. And we can use the art and science of photography to create a better world and a better society because we are focused on the client.
That was so much more articulate than mine.
And you're surprised?
No, really not.
I've got a lot longer to curate that.
He's got a few more years on you, John.
Not too many more. Not really, anyway.
Now, to quote a good friend of mine, Steve Saprito, you know, we're in the business of people, not photography. So I think that's why the Difference Maker Revolution is so important, because without this revolution, I fully believe our industry will disappear and be forgotten about. It'll be like Renaissance painters, and I know quite a lot of photographers do this big painting thing, but as a whole, that industry's disappeared, and I think photography will disappear because photographers are focused on photography, not clients. AI will take your jobs. You know, it's not coming, it's here. Which I know sounds quite dramatic and quite scary, but it's not. It's why we've all come together. You know, we are that positive force in the industry to move photographers into difference makers, to change clients' lives and make the world a better place because of it.
And the world is in need of us. It's not just about us, you know, surviving. It's right now, you know, we are the most socially connected generation of all time, and yet we're the loneliest generation of all time. And right now, there's people out there that need somebody that's going to interrupt their patterns, interrupt what they're doing, and say, hey, what's important to you? And get them to fall in love again with what truly matters to them. And so, yes, it's about, you know, the revolution needs to be about helping our industry, but the effect that we can have and the fact that clients need what we offer makes us relevant, makes us important, but we can't forget the importance of clients and the importance of what they need. And that's why this is the perfect time for us. And it's you either get on the wave or you miss out.
You get hit by the tsunami of AI.
The tsunami of AI. Yeah.
So Janine, as a photographer, right, and a successful business owner, how do you feel about this? Like, do you feel threatened by this? Are you excited by it? Or how do you think other photographers will react to this message that you're not in the business of photography? you know, you're in the business of people?
Well, I never actually thought I was in the business of photography. So for me, it's not scary at all. It's why I am such a big proponent of this. We have always been I've always viewed my clients as family, and I've always wanted them to feel like family. And so that's how we've run our business. And I think that's part of why we've been successful in our area, is because of the way we make people feel. And our clients, as you know, come back to us 3 or 4 times a year for many years. And that wouldn't happen if we weren't focused on them. If it was just about the photography, I mean, how many pictures do you really need of your kid, you know, to be honest? So it's not about that. It's about the connections we've made, how we make their kids feel, how the parents feel when they bring their kids into the studio and have a shared experience with them. That's why people come back. And that's why our business has been successful. So I want other photographers to understand that and see the excitement that can be when you create these experiences for your clients. They want to come back over and over again because they like being happy, and they like the connection, and they like feeling like family, and they like belonging. And so, I'm excited. I'm not threatened by this. I'm all on board. I think it's amazing.
And clients can hear intention. Like, they can sense what you're really after. And if your intention is about them and focusing on them, then of course they're going to come back. But if your intention is just about the money, and your intention is just about getting any dollar you possibly can out of them, they can sense that, and they're not coming back. If you look at any of the successful businesses, not just photography, any industry, they're spending millions of dollars trying to understand their clients and building a business around what their clients need and what their clients want. Our clients, they're not silly.
Right.
They can sense your intention, and we have to set our intention for what we truly want for our clients to hear, and for what our businesses need to represent for them.
So you guys are all Avengers fans, right?
We are indeed.
So what makes the Avengers so really cool and successful?
Well, wow, great question.
The outfits.
Costumes. Costumes. Robert Downey Jr. definitely played a big role in making the Avengers successful. Great cast. Good stories.
You're giving him the answer he doesn't want.
I know, yeah.
I know, right?
I've seen how long I've been
superpowers?
Yeah, I was going to go to superpowers.
Let me see, wrote it here.
Sorry.
He's looking
Thank
for
you.
superpowers.
I'm looking for superpowers.
I've got like 12 more for you around.
So Brad, if you were an Avenger, right, what's your superpower and which character would you be?
Oh, okay.
Oh, good
so,
God.
So backstory for all the wonderful listeners. We've had this argument amongst ourselves a lot about which Avenger we would all be. I would love to be Captain America, but apparently I'm too mischievous.
Yeah, you're not.
I'm Loki. Which I'm okay with. Tom Hiddleston did a very good job.
Loki ends up on the good side.
Oh no, he's
No spoiler alert.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
I suppose he's a goodie, but yeah.
So what's your superpower then?
So what's my superpower?
Yeah, what are you going to bring to this revolution?
What do I bring to the revolution? Wow. Exposure is a wonderful word I say all the time on podcast. I've got 10 years experience running a photographic business, but I suppose that's compounded by the fact that the business has been going nearly 50 years. I don't know the actual number. It's 45 plus. But then again, I suppose I've always bashed, you can't just say you've got experience just by how many years you've been in the industry. But yeah, in those 10 years, we've had thousands of clients, millions, tens of millions in sales. I've spent far too much money on Facebook ads. Well, I've not spent it, I've invested it, I've got a return from it.
I'm glad you quit.
I've invested. If you watch any of our training, I do say that Facebook ads are life, which is a terrible quote of mine. But yeah, I've walked a hard path in figuring out how digital marketing works for photographers, deployed it very well, ran a profitable business that's still profitable, and spun that off into real estate property investments that are worth multiple 7 figures. So my time here is great because I can devote time to this difference maker revolution, because I have, a business that I run with my parents and my wife, and assets that allow me to do that. So exposure's my superpower. And fun.
And fun.
That's the lucky side of you. That's mischievous lucky side.
So Ronan, you've done very little talking. What do you bring to the table? What's your superpower?
Oh my gosh.
What Avengers character
Turn the
would you
spotlight.
be?
I'm not sure what event. I don't really know the Avengers.
Nick Fury.
You're
did
Nick
say
Fury.
Nick Fury,
I mean,
yeah.
it's
You're good
very
Nick
clear.
Fury.
Yeah.
You're Sam Jackson, Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Sam Jackson.
Get him an eye
I'd be
patch.
happy to be Sam.
You can
you
drop the one
left
strap.
eye or right eye? Yeah. So what's my superpower? I think experience of business, including failing. Right. So they've heard this before. Right. So I had a business with 45 people that went bust. Right. So why did it go bust? A lot of people in my position would blame the economy, because it happened in 2008 and 2009. It wasn't the economy. It was the fact that I hadn't put the financial system in place to make sure we had the cash reserves to survive anything. And that's why I'm a big Profit First fan, because the whole system is built around that. At that time, we were chasing revenue, thinking the profit would come. It never came. Mm-hmm. It just didn't come. So then when the tsunami hit of that financial crisis, we were caught with our pants down. We had no cash reserves. We went from breaking even, trying to grow a business, to losing 50,000 a month with no cash reserves. So you don't survive very long when that happens. So was it painful? Yes, but the lessons I learned from that, I learned more from that than any success I've had in business.
And you have an MBA or an MSc in sales management?
I have a lot of experience in business, both academically, yes, you're right, but also in the experience of it. And at the time when I look back, I knew it, right? But I didn't do anything about it. I kept chasing the revenue, thinking the profit would come. So that's why I encourage photographers to do profit first, that yes, we can't have any limiting beliefs and we need to have a plan to grow our business, but it has to be within an ecosystem of, we're building those cash reserves so that if a tsunami hits, because it will hit again, right, it always does, that we have the cash reserves. It buys you time. All those cash reserves do is buy you time to fix what's happening, to readjust, to turn the boat in whatever direction it needs to go and move on.
And you can pull off a hat.
Yeah.
Nick Fury. Oh, put
There
that
you
cap
go.
back on.
Yeah. Keep that hat on.
Leave the cap on, Ronan.
Leave
Don't
the
take
cap
the cap
on.
off.
Don't take
Well,
that
when you
off.
talked about the academic side of it, I think a lot of photographers are sort of almost in the same boat. They know what to do, but knowing what to do and doing what you know is two very different things. And a lot of us know we should be doing things, but sometimes they need accountability to do what they know that they should be doing.
So which Avenger is Steve?
Oh, we've talked about this.
We've talked about this.
It's got to be Captain Australia.
I don't know what kind of shield that would be. Is there a kangaroo on it?
It's just a barbecue. It's just a grill.
Come on, it's a boomerang, for God's sake.
We were like hinting at Doctor Strange because he's like one of the most powerful and like he has these magical abilities
And I'm strange.
to weave an incredible web of magic, which you do with your NLP and your discovery calls and your sales, your design consults. You
Yeah, there's a lot of woo-woo in me, isn't there?
call it woo-woo, I call it magic, but
Pixie dust.
pixie dust.
Pixie dust.
More than that.
Dust.
You do
Faith,
a good
trust,
wonder.
and
I'm
pixie dust.
Tinkerbell.
She's not an Avenger.
Oh, I'm gonna make you a shirt now. A little faith dust and pixie dust.
Tinkerbell. Maybe I'm Tinkerbell.
So
We get-
Steve, who do you think Janine is? Which Avenger would you think?
There's not a lot to choose from on the female side.
No?
There's three.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of either.
Yeah.
Black
Oh.
Widow.
Oh,
No.
of the three?
No, I don't like any of them.
So if you could create a new Avenger, who would it be?
Janine McLeod.
Super Janine. No, I don't know. That's a good question. You guys figure that out. It's easier to assign someone else an Avenger than it is to pick your own.
When we did your personality type for Myers-Briggs compared to an Avenger, was it was it WandaVision, or was it Wanda, or was it?
Yeah, all the crazy ones. Yeah.
That's about right. I think that fits.
What's wrong with crazy? Crazy's good.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
make a good story.
They do make good stories.
She's one of the most powerful as well.
I want to be Lady Thor.
Oh, yo, there you go.
there is Lady Thor.
There is Lady
Yeah,
Thor. I'll be Lady Thor.
We watched Thor last night.
She's also the most attractive in my opinion.
Right? I agree.
You do love Natalie Portman.
I do love Natalie Portman, yes.
Yeah.
So Janine, because our members ask all the time, like, I think you're one of the most efficient people I've seen. Like, how do you manage to run a business of 5 people and, right, be part of this difference maker revolution?
And have 2 kids.
And have 2 children.
And a Tim.
And a Tim. Yeah, I know.
And organise all of us.
And well, I don't know how well I succeeded this week at that, but yeah, no, it's interesting. That is, I would say, one of my superpowers. I think I've always been able to get more done in an hour than some people can get done in a day, and so I'm very efficient with my time. I focus very easily. And
I'm like Brad.
I'm like Brad. I can focus and I can whip through tasks fast. And that I have to. I'm a working mom, right? And so, I was laughing at you guys this morning. I'm like, listen, I was up at 6, packed 2 lunches, got a 7-year-old ready, a teenager out the door, myself ready, and I got to you guys, and you're just walking down the stairs and got them dropped off at school, right? So
We need our beauty sleep.
You don't need your beauty sleep.
yeah, clearly.
We do.
So, anyways, yeah, no, it's when you have to juggle a lot, you don't have the luxury of letting things slide through. And so it's always been the way I've been. And I like getting things done. I'm not happy if I'm not busy. And I'm not happy if I'm not efficient with my busy. I don't like just wasting time. I like to be very efficient with it. Wasting time actually drives me insane. So there's not time to waste. And so, yeah, no, well, you know this, we've had this talk, and I think we've done a podcast on it too. I'm a big believer in the Sunday night planning. And that's how I plan, and I'm regimented about that. Sunday night, I plan, and I get everything planned for the week. You guys came to my townhouse, you saw my board. I plan out the kids' schedules for the week. I plan everything for the week. I have to. That's how I keep it all straight.
We must have really annoyed you this week. This week in Tampa.
Well, you guys saw it. I had that panic moment. I looked down, I have to pick my son up by 5, and I looked down, and it's like 5 till 5. I'm like, I gotta get out of here. And so, yeah, I almost tripped going out the door, but I made it, so... Yeah.
So, John, what Avenger are you?
I don't know. I'm a dove. And when you watch the movies and you look at who reflects my personality type and you ask ChatGPT, they say Captain America, but I don't like being associated with, one of the
America.
main characters. Because
Hawkeye.
I like working in the background. But if you ask ChatGPT and you look at personality types, they say Captain America because he's dove. So I guess what I bring to the team is I have extensive experience in advertising, in affiliate marketing. I worked with a training company who basically coach people on how to create affiliate businesses. So I was doing that while I was running my affiliate business, and I've had the pleasure of spending up to $24,000 of my own money in a single day promoting other vendors' products. So we would create ads, run ads with complex campaigns that would send people to a landing page, that send people to an offer, and they'd buy, and if they didn't buy, I didn't get paid, and if they did buy, I'd get paid a commission. So that's kind of like the day trading version of advertising. So it's stressful, it's fun, and it's not as rewarding as doing what we're doing with the Difference Maker Revolution. And I think taking that experience in that training company, having been a mentor there, having the exposure of running Facebook ads to an extremely high level, and then having coaching qualifications in tennis, that has allowed me to bring my superpower being the translator to the team. So I get the pleasure of learning from all these amazing people, downloading their brains, making it simple to understand for our members, and helping the team put together some amazing training that's going to help propel you guys to a new level and set a new standard for the industry. So that's what I'm most excited about. I love it. and I get to learn along the way. And I always joke about, it excites me so much that I'm like, I want to pick up a camera, I want to do a discovery call, I want to do a design consultation, I want to actually run a studio, because you guys make it sound so much fun and so exciting and so rewarding.
Well, and it's interesting because I've worked with Jonathan now for a few years, more so than what we've done together as a team. And so I think one of the other things that's great is a lot of the ideas he has, I get to figure out how to implement it in reality in a photography studio. So for our listeners who are listening to all of us, it's not just theory that we're presenting, right? These are things that we've tested. Brad's tested in his studio. I test in mine. We're implementing what we talk about. And so it's not just a revolution in theory, it's a revolution in implementation too. And we're doing this in our lives and in our businesses. I think that's important to get across to everybody.
So can I ask a question? So we're talking about the difference maker revolution and setting a new standard for the photography industry. And I think one of the core ideas behind that is that what we're doing is we're creating a transformational experience for our clients. And you hear a lot of people talk about transformation and about experiences, and they talk about a transformation in the sense of the superficialness of, taking someone and making them look a certain way. But it goes way beyond that. And I think it'd be good to speak to what creating a transformational experience actually means. Steve?
For me, it's about allowing somebody to create a new belief about something that's important in their lives. So it goes beyond making somebody look good, which is temporary. Like the minute they walk out of your studio, it's gone. And then I've often had clients come and say, when they've had that type of transformation, well, I don't recognize that person. That's not really me. But when you create a transformation that allows somebody to create a new belief about who they are, or a belief about how their partner says, I love you, or allowing themselves permission to play with their child for 10 minutes a day, then we've had clients come back and say how that has impacted other areas of their life. And so a transformational experience has a ripple effect over many areas of people's lives, not just that day, not just that time in the studio, not just for a photo, but a real difference in that they've now got the confidence to leave a job that they don't enjoy and start a new business. Or we've had people talk about the fact that they've left relationships that they're not happy in and find new ones. Some people have approached their bosses for a promotion that they never had the confidence to do before. So it's life-changing. And the feedback we've got from clients that have had a transformational experience has been that their life doesn't look the same as it did before they came in for their transformational photographic experience.
And not because we've made them look a certain way.
Well, no. It's not about making them look different. It's about their perception of who they are.
And that work is priceless, right?
Yeah. Like,
Isn't
what's
it?
the value of that?
Isn't it?
Right?
You're making fun of me. That's my pixie dust.
And it's not just how they feel about themselves, but the relationships with the people that they are family with. Yeah. And that's what I see, because I don't do boudoir, and I know a lot of people think that these transformations only happen, like Jonathan said, for photographers that are doing surface changes, right? So changing hair and makeup and doing couples and things like that,
or costumes
and things like that. And we do costumes for the kids, but that's not what's happening. No. And to see the parents and the children and the expressions, and when they walk away, the change that happens, it's so much deeper than just the surface of what happens when they put on a costume, or they put on some makeup, or they change their hair. It's so much deeper than that.
For some people, it's the first time they've heard "I love you" ever. And that's huge. They may have been in a marriage for 20, 30 years and never understood why. That's huge to someone.
So on that note, I can't believe we're at the end of the podcast.
It goes by so fast.
But before we go, we should let people know, because when we were discussing all this and how we were going to make the revolution happen and all that, like Brad, we were there and we said, well, we should do this and we should think about that. And Bradley raises his hand and he says, how can it be a revolution if we put a paywall around it? So Jonathan, tell us how everybody can get started with the Difference Maker Revolution.
Oh my God, this is so exciting. So, to get access to our Difference Maker Starter, which is a course designed to help you understand the operating system of how difference makers operate. It's not for people starting out. Even if you've been in business for 50 years, this is still relevant for you because it's going to change your life. All you have to do is go to thedifferencemakerrevolution.com/starter and create a membership account for free where you can start your adventure and your transformation to becoming a difference maker. How awesome is that?
It's amazing.
That's awesome. I thought you were going to say to start your journey on becoming your own Avenger.
And then we get to listen to Ronan perfect his French. Are you going to say it?
Perfect is French.
Yeah. Vive.
Yeah. Okay, let me try, see if I get it right?
Okay.
Vive la révolution.
Woo! Got it.
There we go, guys.
There we go.
That's it from us on this podcast. We will see you on the next one. Bye for now from me.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
See you guys later.
Ciao.